All right, so let's talk more about this rendering business. Again, we have a default light right now, a headlight, which Houdini helpfully adds for you if you have this headlight creation on. You not only do that if you have no other lights. So let's give it another light. We want an environment light. It's usually the light we do in stuff like this. It's just, the ocean's just out there with the sky. There's really no other particular light sources of note. Right off the bat, this is going to look a lot better, as it often does when we do these before and afters in these lessons. Here we go. Look at that. You can see all the little waves now. All this was hiding all of the many small waves that were actually going on in here. So I'm not going to wait too long on this. Save that guy. Save it here too. And save this one if I didn't already. Again, I have auto update off because I don't want it to update every time I click anything. So I'm going to say clip the positive Y hemisphere is good. We don't want light shining up through the bottom of the ocean, just coming down from the top. So that's a good, easy way you can help there. It should actually render a little bit faster too. Environment map. Go to our tried and true Houdini file system, HDRI. Do the Lenong one here, and let's see what that looks like. We should be able to just click this refresh button. We don't need to send the geometry back to the renderer. The geometry hasn't changed. Just if just lighting and material things have changed, you can just do a refresh. So now you can see we have a little bit more of a reflective surface. We can see some more highlights instead of it just being kind of a general wash of light when it was just a white color. So that's cool. This could probably be a whole lot brighter. There you go, getting better already. Make this even a little bit, 10% more brightness. Why not? These numbers don't have to be exact, but we don't want to blow anything out. We want to have it to be pretty bright, in the brightest parts of the image, and still some darker stuff here and there. So this is looking pretty good. Something I notice also is that the surface still feels kind of opaque to me. We're supposed to be seeing the inside, the volume that is reflecting back at us. If we look at the ocean volume, we can see the scattering phase is 0.5. If you've seen the volume lessons, you know that a positive number here means that when light enters a volume, positive numbers means that it should also, a decent amount of it should reflect back to the camera. And that's what we have here. And it's like, I don't really feel like I'm seeing this light turquoise, kind of light seafoam green, honestly, color bouncing back to us. So I'm going to say, in order to see that better, go to the surface and allow the surface to let you see more of what's underneath it. So go to Ocean Shader, Waves, Refractions, and let's increase this by 50%. Like so, and we should see more of it now. You do a back and forth, and you can definitely see it. Like so. It's got a little bit brighter. We could probably make this even brighter. And by brighter, again, I mean I want to see more. I want the rays that are going down into the ocean to transmit more to us. So now we can definitely see a lot more. So it's kind of like a subsurface scattering almost, where we're seeing what's going on underneath the surface more. So that's pretty nice. I would also say that the color of the inside itself could probably be just brighter. That'll do a similar thing. And the white caps themselves on, this cusped area here is pretty bright. These white caps would probably make more sense on bigger waves that are more distressed. Because that's what the white cap is, that it's foam forming, at least temporarily, at where the wave is breaking. And these waves are really not that big, so I don't think we need to have it be so bright. So on the ocean surface again, go to the foam this time, and you'll see here there's white cap intensity under diffuse. Make that about maybe half as much. Again, this is way faster than clicking render every time. If you click render every time, it has to read figure out all the actual displacement stuff, and we don't need to do that. So there you go. So now we have the white stuff, the white caps in there, but it's certainly more subtle now. So there you go. We went from this, just by accepting the defaults, we would have been here, and by changing stuff around a little bit, we get to here. There's one more slight thing we could do. It probably won't make too much of a difference, but back on the waves, we have the wave min and max height. If we go look at our ocean evaluate and we middle click and hold, we can see the waves spanned from about -0.7 to 0.7. That was the minimum and maximum height. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's put those here. I will also do this now. It's not going to make a huge difference, but those will drive a few of these parameters, in particular the diffuse color. There's only a very slight diffuse color contribution anyway. It just makes it a little bit brighter towards the top of the waves versus the bottom. It's kind of like a cheat a little bit, but it gets you to kind of an artistic feeling a little bit better. So you can see how it got a little bit brighter on the tops and a little bit darker at the bottoms, like so. So it just feels like there's more light coming through on the top, and that there's, because the light could be passing through these little mountains, but they can't really pass through these depressions, so they're a little bit darker. So it's just a little bit of a cheat to make it look a little bit more, make it pop a little bit. And I think it does a nice job, so I'm gonna keep that on. Cool. That's pretty much it, honestly, for the general look of the lighting and shading. We're gonna break up the periodic nature of the noise, meaning the repeating pattern, and we're also going to add a little bits of foam on here. But as for like the general lighting and material stuff, that we're not actually going to take this much farther, shading and lighting wise. Anyway, we can always tweak in comp in the compositing step as well. So we went from here. I got to do that. Yeah. Cool. Great. So we'll stop that for now.